So now onto a limerick, which is going to basically put all together the iambs, not the iambs, the syllables themselves and the line lengths themselves into a different type of poem. So a limerick, we're going to do a 5-line limerick. Actually, all limericks are 5 lines. So now you can use any type of syllable, unstressed, stress combination in a limerick, which is why I want to teach you guys how to write one, because you guys can use the iambs, the trochees, the dactyls, the dactyls, the spondies, whichever kind of word combination you want for those syllables. You can add as many as you want in here as long as they fit into 5 lines. So lines 1, 2, and 5 have 3 feet. So you can use whatever syllable combination you want in those 3 feet. And then lines 3 and 4 have only 2 feet. And these 2 actually rhyme. All these, both sections of the lines have to rhyme. So if you were to lay it out, it would look like this. Line 1, line 2, and then line 3 would be shorter. Line 4, same length as line 3. And then line 5, like I said, the same length as line 2 and 5. As line 5 is the same length as line 2 and 1. So these, notice there's only 3 here. And for lines 3 and 4, there's only 2. So this is how many feet are in the lines. So we're going to give you an example to fill those in. But this is the layout of how many feet would be in each line. So this is what 3 feet would look like in one line, and this is what 2 feet would look like in one line when writing a limerick. So I'm going to keep this up here so you guys can look at it, what it looks like. So for the first line would be, there was an old man with a beard. There was an old man with a beard. Now remember, 1, 2, and 5 have 3 feet of rhyme, so this has 3 feet. Excuse me, lines 1, 2, and 5. So line 2, again, 3 feet. Who said, "It is just as I feared." Now notice the different type of syllables that are going into this poem. They're not all iambs, or they're not all spondies. They're all different. And then line 3 is going to be only 2 feet. So you'll notice how that actually looks compared to 3 feet when they're said back to back. Nice. When they're read back to back in the continuous poem, they sound completely different. So 3 would be 2 owls and a hen. Line 4 as well, only 2 feet. 4 larks and a wren. And then line 5 back again to 3 feet. Have all built their nests in my beard. Now notice how each line is completely different from each other. These two, lines 3 and 4, which only have 2 feet, have completely different rhyme patterns than line 1, 2, and 5. They're significantly shorter, and lines 1, 2, and 5 have more of a complex syllable pattern because they have more words in them. So if you were to read these out, this is what it would sound like for a poem to be different in line length, but both rhyme at the same time. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." So let's read that again. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." So this is what the 3 feet sound like in a line. And then the 2 feet sound like in one line. 2 feet is significantly shorter, so when you actually make a poem with 5 feet in a line, it sounds much longer. So when you're actually writing one, it might be difficult to think of what to write, but just think of the combination of the syllables you want in your pattern to make up the feet in your limerick. So I would recommend using simple word patterns such as this, especially for the 2 feet, because 2 feet are far easier than writing 3 feet. So 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren. That's nice and simple. But for the 3 feet, you'll have to be more creative and decide where you want your stressed words to be, because each one of these lines is different from one another. But the point is to have 3 feet and have it rhyme. They don't have to have the same word syllables, but the end has to rhyme. Like beard, feared, they rhyme together. Hen, wren, they rhyme together. And then line 5 doesn't rhyme with wren and hen because the last word is beard. That last word doesn't rhyme. But if you listen to the poem, line 5 still ends up rhyming with 1 and 2 because these ones, 1, 2, and 5 have to rhyme together. And then 3 and 4 have to rhyme together. So let's read this one more time. There was an old man with a beard who said, "It is just as I feared. 2 owls and a hen, 4 larks and a wren have all built their nests in my beard." So that's what a 5-line limerick would sound like. You guys should use this example for ideas and go back and watch the video for an example on the type of syllables you want in your poems. And just make sure to focus on the 2 feet and 3 feet in your poems because that's what makes up a limerick. So go back and look at the example of what it looks like to have a trimeter and a dimeter, because technically 3 feet, 1, 2, and 5 are actually trimeters. And lines 3 and 4 in this poem are dimeters. So I want you guys to look at examples of trimeter lines and dimeter lines, and that'll help you make up your limerick. So that is all, and this is Mr. Cook signing out.